Hello YouTube gamers. So we are continuing our historic Brawl challenge where we play to get 5 wins before we get 5 losses. We are going to be running Atraxa, the Praetors voice today, which gives us access to 4 colors, which is green, white, blue, and red. So no blue and black, I mean, no red. And so I kind of made this. I've seen a lot of Atraxa decks online made into basically just Super Friends decks. That seems boring to me. So I kind of did a mix of plus counter creatures that are good and other artifacts that are good when they get counters, like Astral Cornucopia and Tome of Legends, stuff like that, and some planeswalkers, and just some generically good cards like Muldrotha, just so I have some graveyard recursion. And Vorinclex, of course, when you're playing with like +1 counters and planeswalkers, is just completely OP cards. So we are playing that. Even though I personally kind of hate this card, but it exists, so we're playing it. Also, Atraxa's proliferate at the end of the turn thing does work pretty well with certain sagas. So I'm running a couple of the sagas that I like best, just to kind of fast forward them a little bit. But let's give it a run and see if we can get 5 wins before we get 5 losses. Anybody who's watched my past videos, I've definitely had some video production issues between, it's like I'm trying to find the balance between having not as much lag but still being able to see the cards that aren't too blurry. I think maybe I finally found the balance on that, but this is kind of a test run to see if that is true as well. This hand seems at least semi-reasonable. A little short on mana, but we do have a ramp spell at least, and a couple of 1-drops, so we'll go with it. I really like this Chrome Host Seed Shark as well from the new set. Works really well with the Atraxa also. Start with an Esper Sentinel in case my opponent has a 1-drop. Using creature. I'm going to play this. I want to talk before I play this pup. This pup is actually pretty good in this deck just because if I can time it to play it before I get Atraxa out, having Atraxa come in with a +1/+1 counter on it is really good. Because she just snowballs from there pretty fast if my opponent can't deal with it. And I have a lot of protection spells in this deck. Atraxa alive, so hopefully we draw something. She's definitely going to be a high value commander that people want to wipe out as soon as they can. Don't blame them. So we're up against Warburg's Fibblethip deck. Just trying to decide if I want to just slam the Atraxa now with having no protection behind it. I don't think I want to. Just because I do have other options I can kind of get going. Like I can do this pup and the Host Seed. I think I'm going to end up doing that, so attack with Sentinel first in case. I do think it'll be a little difficult for those colors to deal with Atraxa right off the bat, but I still don't feel like taking the chance. So actually, I'll play the pup second. So play this, because I want to get the counter to Atraxa next turn. Land is put into your graveyard to counter. Whenever you move to a counter, return it to your hand. When he enters the battlefield, when he leaves the battlefield, return up to 3 lands from graveyard to hand. Okay. Oh yeah, I did run that in my Fibblethip deck as well. It's not bad. So I'm definitely going to play Atraxa at this point, just trying to decide. Yeah, I guess I'm going to play Atraxa. And hope my opponent doesn't have a way to do 5 damage to them. She's a 6/6, so actually I have to do 6 damage to her. So yeah, in those colors there's not a lot of really good spot removal. You might be able to bounce it or come up with enough damage with red, but doesn't have enough mana to play his Fibble yet, so... Oh, he's trying to mill me, huh? That seems like a strange strategy for that deck. Glad to draw Steelbane Hydra. Oh, he hit my one of my only graveyard recursion cards. Figures. I never got to get any value off that. Sharks. Just didn't draw any non-creatures. Alright, this color's good. At least my opponent didn't really do much with that going for us. So yeah, I just put this guy with 2 counters, and he'll start getting bigger. He's also going to put a counter on my Beast Caller. So things should be able to start getting out of control quick here, and Teamer is going to have trouble moving the board like this probably. And Mill isn't really going to do anything at all, so that's basically a do-nothing card. Might be able to kill one of my creatures here, but I don't really care. On the Beast Caller, I assume. Can you put those counters on something else? I think I'm gonna just put them on the Esper side. How does it work exactly? Dies, distribute X counters among any number of creatures you control, X is the number of counters on him. I think I'm just gonna put them both on the Esper Sentinel. So now that should be decent card draw if my opponent draws any non-creatures at this point. It's very hard to pay for that. Oh, the new Vorinclex. I like that card. Don't think I care enough about tutelage to kill it with Steelbane Hydra. I'd rather have the counter on it. So I'm going to let that go for now. I'm just trying to decide if I want to play the Vorinclex first or if I want to throw down the Hangerback Walker. It would be for 3 if I tap out. So it'll go up to 4. Or I think I'm just going to do the Vorinclex first. And if I actually, this lives and I get to flip it over, it's a pretty powerful effect on the other side. So I'll grab a tap land, and I think I'll get an untapped land too in my hand so that I can play it next turn. Just in case I need the mana. This one now. And we're pretty much setting up for a lethal on next turn if my opponent doesn't deal with Atraxa. She even has trample because of that pup. So nice. And our life total is really high, so we're not in threat of just getting killed by anything. So we're looking pretty good. I mean, this is barely a real match where we're just playing against a mill deck, so mill decks tend to be pretty bad. Slowly is good though, especially with Bogrig ones. So he's got at least 3 lands, so if he has another land, he can kill my Atraxa. And if not, he can kill my Vorinclex. Alright, that's fine. Really not that big a deal. Just saves him for a turn. He attacked with the Boborygmos. I don't think I'm going to kill it. I don't really care about it. I'm not going to be able to pull that trick off all the time. Slogurk does make it happen more often though. So now do I want to just play this hanger back, or do I want to play Atraxa again? Or even flip my Vorinclex? There's 8 mana to flip them, I believe. And I mill 10 cards, put 2 creatures among them onto the battlefield. Could whiff on that, but let's go for it. It seems more fun. Atraxa is probably the right play here, but I'm going to go for the Vorinclex. I've only gotten active this like one other time, so let me see if I can get it to work. One problem is I do have a lot of X creature spells in this deck, so his ability isn't as good with this deck as it could be. But we didn't hit any of this, so I definitely want the Luminarch Aspirant. He's just too good with this. I don't think I need the mana, so I'm going to go for the Spark Double. What do I want? The copy? Maybe I don't bother with the Spark Double because Atraxa is dead. I guess I'll just get the Fate Borrow. Alright, so if I swing into my opponent, I lose a 4/4 and he takes 5 and goes to 1. I don't think I mind that. So yeah, I think I'm just going to swing out at him and try and get him low so that we can, well actually, this might be lethal, huh? I think it is. That's right, I forgot about the Aspirant. So yeah, I think that's lethal unless he has... Oh, he has a 1/1, okay, so it's not lethal. I think that was still worth it. Yeah, there's nothing you can kill with that now that I really care about. So this whole recurring Slowgurk thing really isn't a big deal. And he made a mistake by bouncing him at the end of his turn, because that made him die from the damage he took from blocking. If he had waited till his turn, he could be able to keep the recursion going there, and I don't know if it would have mattered, but it might have. Oh good, now we got some protection for Atraxa from next turn, so that's really good. That's what I was kind of hoping to draw as one of these kind of spells. Yeah, I don't think he can win from here anyway. Why did he hit that? Seems like just about everything else is better to hit than that. Seven +1 counters among creatures I control. So I'm gonna put it on all of them. You probably got lethal here. Porter was really trying hard there. Win number 1, yay. Try again. Oh, Lowe's Xander, that's an annoying one. Makes you like discard half your land, lose half your creatures, stuff like that. And it's Grixis colors, which is pretty tough. So it should be a pretty good match. I really like this hand mainly because I have Luminarch Aspirant in it. But it really needs more mana. So it's a bit of a risky hand, so I don't think I should keep it. I'm going to mull this. Part of me wants to keep it, but because if it works out, it would be so nice. But I don't trust Arena. Well, this hand is slightly worse in some ways, and maybe slightly better in others. I don't know, I guess I'll keep this because I just despise going down a card. So we're up against someone who isn't playing for fun, which is always sad. Not sure what they're playing for, if it's not for fun on this arena. Historic Brawl, because there's really nothing else to play for. But some people really insist on playing those just unfun cards, like Inquisition of Kozilek, Thoughtseize, all that bullshit. I never understand it. So I'm expecting a lot of spot removal from my opponent, playing those colors. So this is probably going to be a longish game. That's one I kept considering putting in here because with Atraxa I could get the 8 tokens a lot faster. I haven't put it in yet, but I think I might at some point. At least I got white mana. Play this. I have a couple of different targets for my opponent. And now he knows I have my Tails End up. He's not anywhere near playing his commander yet. And he does not know about my swords or safekeeping, which is nice. I'm definitely going to try and save the safekeeping for Atraxa though. Just because I do expect a lot of removal from opponents. And being able to stop one is usually quite useful. I'm not drawing land there really well to me. At least my opponent really hasn't done anything. So we can get some early chip damage in here. So he's 1 mana away from trying to cast his commander. Of course, he knows I have Tails End, so he must know that that's not going to happen the first time unless he gets a duress or something like that. Just randomly said nice. It's weird. Right, well, I don't want to play the Tome of Legends just because my opponent's going to have 7 mana next turn potentially, and I don't want to not have the mana open for Tails Ends. Because I think if he gets to resolve his commander this early, we're going to be in trouble, especially getting mana screwed here. I mean, we're probably not going to win this anyways. Missing this many land drops already is pretty much a death sentence in this game. Why is he playing that card? I mean, I don't mind. It's fine. Lots of do nothing. It really doesn't do anything. So I don't even care what he got rid of at all. It doesn't matter. It's like it was all on the bottom. Cards I was never going to draw anyway. Wish I could just draw 1 land. Are we just going to beat him down with this 4 damage while he just sits there and does nothing? That'd be kind of fun. I am surprised he hasn't had more removal. I did not expect these 2 creatures to live this long. Did that the first time. And now we're free to play the Tome of Legends at least. Sure. But now, if he gets an untapped land, he is going to get his Xanadar out next turn. Not good for us at all. Wait, he let him stay in the graveyard. Guess he's got a reanimator spell, huh? So what happens? When he enters the battlefield, I discard half to hand. That's not a big deal right now. I'm going to do this right now, though, in case I draw a land. I am amazed I haven't drawn a land yet. Hey, there's one. Now we can at least swords his commander. Don't really want to give him that much life, but I don't really want to let his commander live either. So. Down. So I think it's better if I do this first. Unfortunately puts him at 12, but still worth it. So now I have to discard 2 cards. Definitely discarding Wrath. I think I'm just going to discard Vivian. Can always get her back with Muldrotha potentially anyways, and I don't think Wrath is going to be useful this game. Using up his Dark Ritual now, huh? For another do-nothing card. Definitely a strange play. And we failed to draw a land yet again. Oh man, that's so annoying. Somehow we're still ahead. Mostly because my opponent's deck is full of do-nothing cards, apparently. Get a land. Nope, didn't hit a land. He hit a migration path. I'd still rather get a land. Wow, he's really doing full force mill. That's 2 in a row. Why are so many people playing? It's so weird. Okay. I guess especially since the top card. Yeah, we can play our Atraxa. Well, I'm probably better off playing Kaya. Play Atraxa next turn. Back, just in case the top deck like Maddening Cacophony or something. Now we've got a soul set up for lethal next turn potentially. I was going to need to draw something really good. Landing can do it, right? Just that. Play Atraxa. Also get some protection on Atraxa, kinda. And so now next turn we should have lethal, potentially. He's got lots of mana though. So if he doesn't draw something he needs it for. Alright, so I guess we've had 2 kind of non-matches in a row in a way. Two mill decks. That's, you know, I'm surprised we're getting matched up against such things. Alright, well, we somehow won that game. I did not expect that to happen. Most Xander decks that I see are much nastier than that. I don't think I've ever seen one try and go for a mill play line before. I don't think it's very good for Brawl. But at least he only drew one of those annoying discard cards, targeted discard cards. I like this hand. I like having Esper Sentinel, but a red-green deck isn't that likely to give me early triggers with it. He's probably going to be playing mostly creatures in the first couple turns, especially Rada. It's going to be an aggro deck, I expect. This one definitely looks a little better. Didn't have a 1-drop, that's good. opponent is not coming out very fast, which is good for us. And we will wash away first casting of his commander. If that's what he decides to do. Still missing black, unfortunately. I'll do that on second main phase so I can draw a card. Counter on this. Oh, dig up's good. That will get our black mana if we don't draw it. This is just a lot with this creature. I really know why. Doesn't seem like a very good card. It seems like lately, for some reason, I've seen a lot of decks with this in it for some reason. It's random. I'll do this to get a black. I don't think I'm going to play the Atraxa just yet. Well, maybe I will actually. Up against red-green. No, I think I'd rather still save my mana for the wash away, and I'll just play the Esper Sentinel for now. I'm not in a big rush to get Atraxa going. Kind of hoping I draw one of my 1 mana protection spells for Atraxa. Just because he does have a Death Toucher out, and I'd imagine in a green-red deck a lot of the removal would be the things where your creature throws its damage. Especially if he's running with Death Touch creatures. So far this looks like it's just a kind of mix of a bunch of random creatures, so I guess we'll see. We will counter this. Alright, at least this isn't non-land permanent, so I can kill a Shia with this. Not sure if that's what I want to do just yet, but I think I'm going to get the Atraxa down first. Also get to draw a card with this. Okay, that might be useful. We can just hold back and do our stuff that we can. This is going to be pretty good card draw if he plays any non-creature spells at all. Rod is back. like drawing cards. I'm just going to give it now before we can get any value out of it. I was tempted to hold on to that Finn, but I don't really care about Finn that much. He's only got 3 cards left in his hand, so I'm going to see what else he can start working toward getting the ult off on her. Opponent is definitely playing very passively for a rule deck. She's actually an enchantment. That's good. Since I have this Elspeth Conqueror's Death in my hand, I don't mind getting something killed here. Just trying to decide what. So I think I'm going to trade my Atraxa for that Ashaya. I might trade the Luminarch Aspirant for the Finn. Or maybe I'll do it a different way. I don't think the Aspirant is actually going to be all that useful this game. None of these guys have trample. I want to keep the Stone Coil alive. I think I want to keep Atraxa alive too. Let's do this. I don't need the Aspirant anymore. The Aspirant back here in a moment. So let's do this. I just want to land at this point. Okay. There's no white. Yeah, I think opponent realized that it was almost certainly going to get the ult off on Vivian Reed, so that was going to be. I don't blame him too much for conceding there. We're 3 in a row, not a bad start. Just hope the lag isn't too bad on this now. I don't know if that issue is fixed, but we will see. It's hard for me to tell from here. This hand seems not terrible, but also not very great. I'm gonna mull this. It's definitely a little better. There we go. So that a flicker unicorn. Just put counter to the life lead. Okay. Ambitious going for the Mad Mage. I think I will play this for 2 because I'm not going to have much time to play it after this probably. We can always start growing it later with Atraxa. Still missing white, it's unfortunate. Hopefully we can draw a land next turn to at least play the Simulacrum to get our white, or play the Binding, which will also get our white. I'm surprised it didn't attack this flyer there. Well, that sucks. Guess I'm just gonna play this for 1, just to put a counter on the champion, I guess. Feels like a waste, but I don't really have much choice about this. I don't like just not doing anything. This 2/3 can still block, so we gotta get 1 more counter on the champion. At the very least, we're able to do that next turn, even if we don't draw a land. Oh, that's the other unicorn. Okay. So is this person actually trying to do like some kind of unicorn tribal-ish thing? Wow, we missed a land drop again. That's some pretty bad luck. Well, at least my creatures can't be blocked at the moment. I don't understand why my opponent didn't attack there. It's not like he can block. What is this one? I can channel it to counter something on land. No, I don't want to do that. Just want to draw a fucking land. Alright, so the 4/4 can block. So I'm just going to attack with the 1/1 flyer, I guess. I definitely don't understand why my opponent didn't attack there, at least with the lifelinker. We really need a land. Alright. Can't win. Can't win if we don't draw a land. Nothing you can do in arenas, just decide you're going to lose. Just unfortunate. bad to lose to a deck like that too. Mirror match. Well, this will be a boring game. And it is decent. Drawing in. I'm gonna play this first though. Oops. Probably should have held up mana for the tail's end, but it worked out already. Okay. I think I should still hold up mana for tail's end. It's kind of a mistake not doing that last turn. So I think I'm going to wait on the cultivate. Norn, huh? Well, since I don't have any other removal for that in hand, I'm just gonna do a Tail's End to it, because I can still remove my opponent's Atraxa with Medium. Oh, okay. Weird to see. Guess he really, really wanted that Elvish Norn. Well, we're at 4-1. Doing okay. Now, one loss shouldn't have even been a loss, but can't play when you don't get land. Kept a good hand, too. A lot of weird matches today, though. This hand looks terrible. Only saving grace in this hand is the dig up. At least we can draw a card with the Tome of Legends, so I'll go for it. Go get the to make sure I can play this Chrome Host Sea Shark. I'm still going to need a black hand. Hopefully we can draw one of our red, some of our mana dorks or something. There's lots in here. Get this one done, so now it's marking colors. Battlefield will attack you, exile 5 cards from your graveyard. When you do, return target creatures from the graveyard to the battlefield. Huh. It's pretty interesting, actually. What did he play? Lord Excavation. Self-mill. That makes sense. Good, we drew a Fabled Passage. Chance. Colors I need, but at least I'll swamp, probably. Unless I draw one. Ace. That is in his grave. Nothing much. We're gonna get the swamp first, so we can play the rest of the swamp. I think I'd rather keep the blue open, just to kind of bluff a wash away. I don't think I'm going to attack because I want to be able to block this guy. 2 damage doesn't matter that much to me. That's a good creature. Oh, I put it back in his hand. Okay. Alright, now we got our white mana, so we're doing okay. Don't think I want to Legion to Ashes any of this. I'm probably just going to get my Atraxa down. Though it kind of sucks not having any protection spells. I think I'm going to attack with Glissa and try and draw another card, or maybe I'll kill his enchantment. Well, I don't care about that enchantment much. I'm just going to draw a spell. Did not. I'll still play the basic first. I mean, opponent didn't have removals for either of these creatures, and I figured if they had any, they would have used it on these. These guys are really, really strong. So there's a good chance Atraxa lives anyway. Yeah, it looks like she does. Mill 4 cards, beginning of your upkeep, you lose 4 life. Unless there were 4 more cards. Okay. Probably has that, I'm assuming. Yeah, I think he does. Nice. Oh, I should have tapped myself and left that blue open. So I'm just gonna draw a card. We didn't really have any creatures in the graveyard I have to worry about too much for that. Might have been better off leaving that Adeline in the graveyard so we could get back his Croxa. Really? Decided to attack with it, huh? Okay. I'm not sure that was a good plan, but I'm glad he did it. It's got Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. Something that is good in the graveyard. Shield red and this guy trigger whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks. I have to kill that. Yes. It doesn't have the mana to replay him, right? It's 2 mana off, so even if he gets a treasure, he won't be able to do it. have to try and keep that off the board then, for sure. Now, pretty much everything we have is untargetable just about, so that's good. So if I attack with everything, the crackback is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I still have Atraxa untapped. I think I'm going to keep the Glissa back. It's too bad I don't have the mana to activate one of these guys right now, but at least I'll be able to draw another card with the tome. So now he's got the mana to get his commander out again next turn. I have to wrap a little while. It's kind of a strange attack. Okay. Definitely going to do this so I can gain 4 life. How much do I care about putting cards in his graveyard? He's already got pretty much the worst possible creatures going on, so I think adding 3 more ain't going to be a big deal. I'm not going to Wrath yet. I think I'm going to wait until my opponent plays his commander and gets that stuff back, and I'm probably going to have to Wrath, which doesn't really feel great, but that also means I don't want to activate these tokens yet either. So after the Wrath, I'll still have a pretty significant board state, so it should be alright. I was hoping to draw one of my things to give Atraxa indestructible. That would have been really cool. I'm going to draw now. We'll see what we get. That'll be good after the Wrath. Alright, so the Wrath is looking a lot better and better now. I'm going to play this. How much do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm going to play it for 2 on the X. Oh, that's right, that gives me a 6/6, doesn't it? For some reason I thought it was going to give me a 0 because that counts as a 0 CMC card, but I guess when you cast it, it still counts as a 6 drop. Nice. I think I'm going to still swing with Glissa. Just Glissa, though. Now I think I'll kill that enchantment. Looking like in pretty good shape here. So even if my opponent comes up with an insane board this turn, which he probably will, we should be able to deal with it, hopefully. It's going to cost him most of his mana to cast his commander, so he won't have, like, Eerie Interlude or something up. I mean, I assume he's going to get the Shield Dread back here. Could get back the Ancient Brass Dread, I suppose. I suppose it'll be one of those two. Shield Dread makes no sense, though. since we're going to be wrathing anyways, might as well get the life and not take 9 damage. Unfortunately, I'm drawing these cards, but at least only happening once a turn. I still attack with the Glissa. There's no reason not to. Apparently my opponent does have some sort of... Oh, it's the... He's either got an instant or it's just holding because of the face breakers ability. Because you can do that anytime. Oh, Swan Song I can play. I'm definitely playing good. Just so I have more blue mana. Attacking that. Okay, for the Esper Sentinel. So what do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't have enough to do Atraxa and Champion, which is unfortunate, but Atraxa is enough. So now do I put the Swiftfoot Boots on her, or do I save the mana for Swan Song? I think I'm going to put the Swiftfoot Boots. That's probably more likely to be better. Now, even if it gets the Shield Bridge back again, I can just activate one of these things on my upkeep. And I think we're going to have to withhold. I guess we're... No, we have lethal with Kaya. That guy's lifelink though, so I guess it's not actually over. But close enough. Cool. Probably had to block the 8/8 to survive there. Maybe we're going to. Well, that wasn't too bad of a run. We got 5 and 1. Not so bad. So that was the Atraxa deck. I hope you guys aren't getting too much lag. I'm still trying to kind of get that stuff sorted out here. So, but if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Until then, happy gaming.